welcome back to the Four Verts podcast. This week we got Adam, Darby, Dalton, and myself, Logan. Guys, how we doing this week?
We are doing well.
Phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Awesome. It is finally week 1 of the NFL season. We've been talking about it for weeks. Let's dive on in, but not too quickly. First, we're going to recap college football week 1. There's a lot of good games this week. I like it a lot better seeing high-power schools play each other in the opening weeks, obviously, than just watching a bunch of cupcakes play these powerhouses. Already some movement in the top 25 standings. I think we could make a argument that Florida State might already be eliminated from the college football playoffs with 2 losses now. What do you guys think about week 1 of college football?
It was fun. I always feel good when I hit all my picks, but
Makes things a little easier.
Yeah, it makes it easier. Talking about cupcakes, though, I mean, who did KU play? Lindenwood? That was a cupcake, right?
Yeah, and
Missouri?
they didn't
Those
even
cupcakes.
cover.
No.
KU couldn't even cover.
I knew they couldn't.
At least Mizzou covered that 50-point spread.
Yeah, so we've got hopefully your guys' cupcakes are done. Wait a second. Who's KU playing again?
Illinois.
Okay.
They're only favored by 6 points, too.
Real team. And Missouri's playing who? Buffalo?
Buffalo. The Buffalo Bulls.
Okay.
Little
Not to-
lower spread.
Not
though.
to be
It's
confused
like
with the
30.5
Buffalo
this time.
Bills.
Yes. Yeah. We had some, you had Georgia destroy Clemson. That was fun to watch.
That was easy money.
Yeah.
Easy
No
money,
question.
Georgia.
We talked
minus
about it
10.5.
before, though. It's at Georgia until someone puts a stop to them. They're probably the favorites to win the Natty.
Right. And then K-State got the job done, too. They played UT Martin. It was a little bit of a slow start for both KU and K-State. I think it was 7-0 KU until midway through the second quarter. And they just turned it on, and it was 34-0 at halftime. So
You could almost say the same for K-State. I think K-State got a touchdown early and then a special teams touchdown as well. You can always count on them to do something big on special teams. I think they do it every game.
they also did not cover UT Martin. And then biggest game of Saturday, I feel like, was Notre Dame and A&M. That was a good game. That was really
Yeah,
fun
it
to
was.
watch. I feel like the atmosphere there at College Station was electric. Notre Dame played a hell of a game. They had to battle the refs too, and they came out on top.
Yeah, good picks. Everyone but me picked Notre Dame to win. So
Well,
it's all right.
Hey, you can't win them all.
No,
that's right. And you didn't come close to winning them all.
no, I did not.
Were you 2 and 3?
I was 2-3.
Okay. Pulling
This
up,
gives me something to build on, you know.
yep, pulling up the rear. It's all right.
Hey, it's a long season. It's only
It
week
is-
1.
It is. Hey, I'm not worried about
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Not
a
worried.
4-1 or a 5-1 start is a little
Yeah.
better.
I think I just retire 5-0. Just retire. Done.
Yeah, you know, then I couldn't catch you, so that'd
True.
be bad for me. So I plan on doing that.
Not a ton of huge upsets though this weekend. Not a ton of surprises, except for probably Monday night's game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boston College
Surprising.
looked pretty good.
Or Florida State just looked really bad.
That too, but I do think that Boston College has something. Bill O'Brien seems to be a pretty darn good coach, in their program for just having a week's worth of knowledge. But quarterback looked really good in my opinion. Thought the offense as a whole seemed a lot more well-oiled than Florida State did. And then defense was able to stop supposedly top 25 offense in the country. So Florida State, I think, is a bunch of frauds, though. They need to find a new quarterback because
Dude's been to 3 schools.
DJ's not it. I don't know if it's an accuracy issue, a mental issue, or what, but he missed way too many throws that he should have hit. I guess ended up being 8 for 30, 100 and some yards, something like that. It's not going to win you many football games against good college programs in general, let alone top 25 schools.
Well, it really sucks for them because I think they had high hopes. Like we talked about before, 13-0, missed the college playoff. Now starting 0-2, their hopes. I mean, I think Adam said there's a 1% chance they can make it, and that's it's not going to happen. It's just no
Yeah.
way.
It's over. Plus, an in-conference game at home.
Yeah.
Oof.
It didn't even look like they filled their stadium up either. Did you guys notice that at all? It looked like and I don't know if it was this way because they didn't sell tickets or because it was closed or what, but the entire like upper half of one of the sides looked like it was empty.
Well, they figured it was a gimme game.
Yeah.
Right?
That was probably the only positive that Clemson fans took from the weekend was that at least DJU didn't do that to their team again.
Yeah, their stadium holds 80,000. There was only 50,000 in attendance. So
Yep. It looked like
Yeah.
it too. You could
Sound good.
tell.
So you're looking at the ACC now, right? So Florida State was projected to come out.
Yeah.
Top team. Who you got?
Georgia Tech, baby.
I mean, Clemson got smoked. Florida State's 0-2.
it is. It's got to be Georgia Tech.
2-0 right now.
Oh, SMU's in the ACC?
They are.
No? I
Yep.
didn't know that. I thought they joined the Mountain West.
Yeah. I think, do you have to look at Miami? Is Miami the team coming out now? Did you know one of these schools has to go to the playoff?
After week 1, I would say Miami.
They look good.
They
They smoked Florida. At
Yeah.
Florida.
Did you guys see the clip? Dalton and I were talking about earlier. Did you see the clip after the game? They had all the Florida recruits on the front row, and all the Miami players were walking by saying, "Don't come to this school. They're
Yeah.
trash. Come to
These
the
dudes
U.
are trash."
Come to the U." And they were all going up, like shaking their hands and stuff. It's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Miami definitely looks the best out of the ACC through week 1. If I had to pick anybody right now, that would be probably my pick. Do Georgia Tech and Miami play? They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, late in the season.
Who'd have thought that would be the game of the ACC conference this year? Georgia Tech, Miami.
Yeah.
Wow. Way to go, Florida State. Way to go.
Georgia Tech does also have to play Notre Dame. So there are some potential, losses here that could just completely derail Georgia Tech from it or bring teams like Florida State and Clemson back into the conversation. I mean, everybody's writing Clemson off right now. It seems like Dabo doesn't know what he's doing down there all of a sudden. But it's a loss to the number 1 team in the country. Week 1. If they have 11 solid weeks, they're going to be in the conversation too.
Well, I think as long as Georgia Tech stays on top of, like we said, stays on top of the conference, I think they'll have a shot for sure.
Yeah, but is Georgia Tech really that good, or is it they just beat on a really bad Florida State team? Right? Looking at Clemson's schedule, they've got pretty easy road. They're home against NC State, and they're home against Louisville, the only 2 ranked teams that are left. So Clemson could, run the table in their conference, and pull it back together. But what a dumpster fire this conference is. I mean, you can't look at any of these teams and be like, okay, yeah, these guys got a shot.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I saw on Twitter where someone took the ACC logo and took the C's and flipped them upside down so that it did this. And there were S's. And made it the ass conference. See if I can pull that up.
Yeah, I don't think anybody from this conference is going to be playing in the national championship.
Nope. But with the new rules, they have to have 1 team in. So
Upcoming week, I like the Texas-Michigan game. I think in college, that's my game of the week. Really wish that I would have put a considerable amount of money on Texas last week when they were just 3.5-point favorites. They've moved to 7.5-point favorites right now on DraftKings. I think that Texas looks legit. They moved up to 3 in the rankings. Of course, week 2 rankings, whatever. They're not legit. But I think that they are a contender. They'll for sure probably, in my mind, be a team that should be in the college football playoffs if everything goes their way. Michigan, I don't feel so highly about. We talked about it, I think, last week. New coach, new OC, new quarterback, graduated a lot of kids. I think that Texas is going to walk in there, even though it's in Ann Arbor, and steamroll them. Even at 7.5, I feel like it's still some pretty good value there. That's my game of the week that I'm most excited for college.
Well, I'm looking at college. I mean, it's really the only game besides Tennessee, NC State that are, two ranked teams are playing each other in the top 25. So I'm going to go with the Homer Penn State Bowling Green game. We're only favored by 34.5. I think it's a little low with our new juggernaut offense. But it's always fun, especially here in the Midwest. Iowa State.
That'd be a good one.
Good game. It's only Iowa 2.5 minus 2.5. It's always a hard fought game, and I'm glad that that rivalry is back. Even though separate conferences now, it's good to see those two play. So I'll be watching that one.
Yeah, it's a cool matchup. Also, out of the Big 10, Big 12 conversation, you got Colorado, Nebraska. I feel like that's one that there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on both sides of that. Nebraska favored by 7. Talking to some Nebraska fans yesterday too, and they think they got Pat Mahomes Jr. up there throwing the ball. So
That they do.
He did sling the thing.
he did,
Yeah.
but it's one game.
Correct.
So
Correct.
Colorado did not look good against
No, they
North
didn't.
Dakota
No.
State. But
Who do they
That's-
play this week?
Nebraska.
Nebraska? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what you just said.
But as Coach Dion, Coach Prime, Coach Sanders, whatever you want to call them, a win's a win, right?
That's what they
Wins a
say.
win. Hey, that's what they say. Have you guys seen the stuff where they're saying, "Oh, if McCarthy down there and Dak down there in Dallas don't have a good year, it's going to be Dion coaching and Shedeur playing quarterback for the Cowboys next year."
You think?
That's
I
dumb.
heard on the radio that they think that if it doesn't work out, that Belichick is going to be the Cowboys,
coach.
Yeah,
which I could see that.
absolutely.
America's
Yeah.
team, he's the best coach ever.
Yeah.
See it.
It's a lot more likely. Do you think that Dion stays at Colorado after his sons graduate, though?
I think he if he has success, I think so this year.
What do you
But
classify success for them?
You at least got to go positive.
Yeah.
I don't know. As a fan, though, I
What-
mean, you almost have to get to the playoff, in my opinion.
I mean, I feel like the hype around them is if they don't make the playoff, everybody's kind of like, it doesn't matter if they win more games than they lose. I feel like the hype around them in general, they should make the playoff.
Yeah.
I don't. Now, whether they do that or
think
not,
they will.
I don't think they
do.
will either.
No.
After the
think-
first game, no.
I think Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter are phenomenal football
Yeah.
players. I just don't know if they have quite the team around them that's gonna help them get to the playoff.
Right.
Travis Hunter's legit.
Yeah, he
It
is.
is.
What do you play like 140
He
snaps?
set out 3 plays or 2 or 3 plays, I think,
Yeah.
Which
Came
is
off the field for
nuts.
2 plays
Yeah.
that whole game.
which is insane. Some of the catches he had too were phenomenal.
You have to draft him at receiver, right?
Oh, he's not
Right.
playing both ways. He's not playing
No.
both ways in the NFL. No,
No,
shot.
but you're going to take one.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
receiver's the way to go, I
Yeah.
think.
Although
I mean,
his length does help him at DB. I think that's why he's so successful.
Yeah.
But 100% you take him at receiver.
awesome. Well, I'm sure it'll be another great week in college football. Saturdays are back, game day's back. It's good to see Pat McAfee being Pat McAfee again on national TV at way too early in the morning.
Nick Saban looks fed up already.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like, who in the hell is this guy?
He says he isn't. He says he loves it. Yeah, Johnny Manziel up
His
there.
face says otherwise.
You know, it was bad when Johnny Manziel was the most sober acting person
Dude.
on that stage. It's like, dang. And Herb Street's back, doing his normal thing. So, on to the NFL. Thursday night football. Season starts here in Kansas City. Chiefs, Ravens. Who you guys got?
I think that's game of the week for sure. I was saying this morning, I'm kind of nervous for it, but I think it's got potential to be a phenomenal game. I think both quarterbacks are going to come out firing on all cylinders. I think the Chiefs' offense is hopefully going to come out and score some points. They tend to not do so hot in the first couple games of the season. Gets fans on edge, you know. Oh, it's over. But
I think they're going to come out swinging.
yeah, no, I agree. I hope that they do for sure.
I feel like we have a good chance against the Ravens. If the Ravens were like a mid pack of the NFL team, I'd be a little nervous because I feel like that's like the Chiefs' Achilles heel.
They tend to
year
play
we
to their
lose, like,
competition.
Yeah.
We lose like 2 games, 3 games to the people we shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, on
Yeah.
paper we shouldn't. So
I feel like,
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm more nervous about it than I should be. I think that just because they play to the strength of their opponent, it's going to be one of those super close games. And I think it's a 50-50 flip a coin on whether they win or not, to be honest.
Do you think it comes down to the fourth quarter? Who's going to make a play?
Yeah.
Lamar or Mahomes?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm picking Mahomes every single time.
same.
Well, until he
But-
proves otherwise, there's
Right.
no reason not to.
Yeah. So I'm going with the Chiefs, but I don't feel as confident as I would like to about it. And the thing that sucks is that we follow that up with Cincinnati, which is another one to where it's like, I don't feel great about this, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I think with our schedule this year, coming out of the first 2 weeks 1-1, probably something to be okay with. But obviously we'd like to be 2-0.
Yeah, I think I got to go with the Chiefs as well. Being home, I think they exposed Baltimore last year. I think it's just going to continue. I don't think they don't have a fix. I'm not sure how much Derrick Henry is going to do against the Chiefs' strategy. And hate to do it, but got to go against.
I think I also think the game being at home is making me feel less nervous. First game of the season.
Yep.
First game of the NFL season at that. I think Chiefs Kingdom's going to come. They're going to be ready to show out.
Raising the banner.
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't go like first game last season.
Yeah,
That's all
well,
I
we
gotta
don't have
say.
Kadarius Toney here
That's
to
right.
drop.
He might have single-handedly lost that game.
Actually, not even drop. Tip the ball for a pick six.
Speaking of
six to
him,
the
do you
other team.
guys do you think he's going to find a job anywhere else?
in
A
Mexico?
practice
Maybe,
squad.
Yeah.
maybe.
Just a battering ram on a practice squad.
There'll be
I don't-
some receivers that get hurt in week 1. Someone to take a flyer
Some.
on him, but
Yeah, who's going to take that shot? Maybe the Patriots. They need some help in their
we
receiving
do need a
core.
lot of help.
He might be an improvement.
We don't want to.
He'd
improve.
probably
We
be
want to
their
get
one.
worse.
He'd be
Get
their number
worse.
one.
Yeah.
No, get worse.
Anybody going to the game?
I'm not.
No.
I would like to, but those late games get me.
Yeah.
I can't. It's hard to stay awake at my house.
Getting old.
I know. I'll be in the basement watching the game.
There you go. There you go. Something new this year too. The schedule the first week. I'm a pretty big fan of this. Friday night, Green Bay and Philly down in. I don't know about the Brazil part,
Yeah,
but I'm a
it's-
fan of playing the game on Friday night of opening weekend.
Have you seen the controversy over that game?
Oh yeah.
About the green, wearing the green. What do you guys think about that?
Isn't it something like it's because it's their military colors or whatever? They can't-
Something along those lines, but it's like disrespectful or something. I'm not 100% sure on the clarity of the rule, but
Don't play the game there. I don't know.
Yeah, pick 2 different teams that don't wear green.
well,
Or-
that's
or
where I
pick a
was
different
going.
country.
That's where I was going. What is the NFL thinking? The only 2 teams that wear, I mean, both these teams were wearing green. There's no way around this.
Nah, they're like, fuck it, we don't care.
Yeah.
We're gonna do what we want. We're gonna play on Friday. They just don't care.
Well, now and some players are coming out saying that they're fearing their lives to go over there and play. Now it's like,
Oh, come
Yeah, I
on.
read
I don't-
AJ Brown said he's like, I am not leaving my hotel room the entire time we were there.
I wouldn't do that anyway. But
Yeah. I don't disagree with them on that.
but I
mean,
don't think that this is helping the cause at all.
No.
But it's back to the argument of, is the game an international game, or are we fine with it being, a U.S. thing? Or should we just pick better countries to go to than Brazil?
Or just pick
Germany
2 teams that-
seems to receive us pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
So
why not do the opening Thursday night game from somewhere, and then both teams have a mini bye week. I don't know. I just think it's to Brazil's from Brazil's perspective. Do you want the game to be there or not? Like if you don't want them to be there, tell them no. Obviously, you want them to be there. It's bringing tons of money to your country.
There had to be
city.
some sort of agreement. I mean, surely they knew when this game was getting planned. Hey, these two teams were playing. Oh, those two teams were agreeing. Can we get two other teams?
Oh, no. Yes, we'll play in Brazil. The Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles are the teams. Okay, good. Oh, pictures? They wear green? Not good.
That's
kind of wild.
It is wild. 100%.
Wonder when they're traveling there too. Like what amount of time are they going to be there? Because that's not a short flight either. That might even be longer than going to London from the East Coast.
I know Skylar was saying those long flights are terrible.
I bet.
Like miserable. Then you get off the plane that you don't. I mean, you know what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
Tired, beat to hell. I mean, I don't like flying 2 hours, let alone 14, 15.
And imagine having to get on it right after you just played a football game.
Dude, sore. Knees all iced up.
Yeah, they're getting to spread out a little bit more than they're not on a commercial airliner. They're not stuffed three in one row.
Southwest or Spirit Air.
3 to a row.
Yeah.
Sardines.
Yeah, sitting in the middle.
All right, to the game, though, the important part. Eagles are 2.5-point favorites over the Packers. Darby, what you take?
Oh man, I like the Packers. I like Jordan Love. I think they showed some flashes of some success last year. I think Jordan Love just got paid, so hopefully he can take this two ways. He can either prove that he was worth the money or shit down his leg. Hopefully he proves himself that he earned his contract. So I'm going to go Green Bay.
Okay, speaking of shit, stay around until the CTE case of the week. Might have something to do with it. All right, Green Bay, You betting outright to win it or just taking the points?
I'll just go for the dub.
Go for the dub.
Yeah.
Okay, Dalton?
You know, I like both teams, but I think the Packers are going to start a little slow. So I think the Eagles are going to take this one. I think they win by 3.5.
Okay. Eagles and the points. Adam?
Oh, Green Bay money line. No question about it. I like nothing from what the Eagles did last part of last year. So,
Sign Saquon.
What's that?
Saquon.
Did sign Saquon.
Big dog.
Absolutely. But, losing Kelsey in the middle, what's going to happen to the tush push? Still got it?
Give it to Saquon. I think that was their reasoning behind signing him. Jalen Hurts probably like, I'm done doing this shit.
Yeah.
Especially if, like you said, Kelsey isn't there to lead the pack.
Right. Yep. Yeah. So Green Bay to win.
All right, this is a bus divided then because I am hammering the Eagles minus 2.5. I don't believe in the Packers just yet. I think the first few weeks are a prove it week. If they come out and win this game easily, then I'll kind of get on the bandwagon. They're paying their receivers $9 million total as a receiving core for the year. You kind of pay for what you get or pay for what you get with receivers is what we're learning, or at least you have to. So I don't think I think Green Bay has a little bit of a hangover from that nice season they had last year, surprise season. So I'm taking Philly.
Going back to a couple weeks ago, you think I think it was you and I, Adam, were talking about the Green Bay receiving core, how it's time for one of those receivers to step up,
right,
make the leap, and be that guy, be that number one for him. So hopefully one of them can do that early in the season. Give Jordan Love some confidence to have someone to throw to.
There's enough of them there that someone should be able to.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be Christian Watson.
They're young too.
They just haven't done it. Christian Watson hasn't been able to stay healthy. That's been his biggest issue. All right, our next featured game of the week is Sunday Night Football. Rams-Lions, which is a fun one. They played last year, but Stafford, Goff, I think that trade worked out wonderfully for both of those teams. Rams got a Super Bowl out of it. Lions got a quarterback that they could build around and who found out that he plays a lot better when he's playing indoors. Luckily for him, the Lions play 14 of their games in a dome. So it worked out pretty well. Dalton, what do you think? Rams or Lions?
I mean,
Rams are or Lions are 3.5-point favorites.
I like the Lions. I would take that all day.
Take 3.5.
I would.
Darby?
I'm gonna go Lions as well. I think their offense is very explosive, big play potential's pretty high. I think their receiving core is pretty solid too, with the 1-2 punch at running back as well. I think it's hard to go against them.
Adam?
Yeah, I'll take Detroit, even given the points. I think it's going to be tough for the Rams to replace that Donald guy in the middle. At least for the first couple weeks, it's going to be a challenge for him. I just think Detroit's probably, if not the best team in the NFC, one of the two best teams in the NFC.
Contender.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. Taking Detroit 3.5. In Detroit, I think it's they were pretty, sad, bitter about the way their season ended last year. I mean, they laid it all out on the line, going for it. They're on the 2-point conversion. I don't know. Is this the year that Detroit breaks through finally and gets to a Super Bowl? They certainly have a good chance to.
I mean, they've got it. They've got the opportunity. I mean, they've got the infrastructure there, coaching system. I mean, you've got Ben Johnson decided to stay as the offensive coordinator. Goff is serviceable. Exciting running back in Jahmyr Gibbs. Aiden Hutchinson, he's a dark horse to win Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, they've got a shot. They're, believe it or not, my pick to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC.
Okay.
I thought we were going to get a rematch last year, with the first game of the season. I thought we were going to get Chiefs versus Lions. I was kind of hoping for it, honestly, just so we could try and beat them. But unfortunately, like we said, they ended a little sooner than we thought. But
I feel like the Lions are pretty easy to root for, too. I don't know. I have a hard time rooting for, San Francisco or Green Bay or anybody else in the NFC. It's like Detroit hasn't really had much, and they've been a franchise for quite a long time. It's like those fans have suffered through a lot of.
Well, we can relate, can't we?
Yeah, we can certainly relate. So
I like Dan Campbell too.
Yeah,
I think he
same.
genuinely enjoys and loves his players. I think he cares, which I think is kind of, like we said, it's hard to find those coaches nowadays. But like we said, you tend to see the teams with those coaches succeed more than other ones.
Yeah. Like Mike McDaniel down in Miami.
Yeah.
I think is Jahmyr Gibbs going to be going? He's still questionable from what I've seen. Is he? I haven't seen anything if he's practicing this week or not.
I thought I read that they expect him to play. I could be wrong.
It says right here, Jahmyr Gibbs, hamstring, says he is good to go for week 1.
That's what I thought. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Dan Campbell said Monday Gibbs is a player whose status – he is not a player whose status concerns him for week 1.
Right.
Which I think is pretty I mean, he's going to play for sure. I don't think if his hamstring was hurt, that's a lingering injury.
Right.
That's just going to linger all year long. If he's not 100%, I don't think especially week 1, I don't think he comes in and risks injuring.
And if you've got David Montgomery sitting there, too,
there's just no point. Yeah.
That's what scares me a lot about, and I drafted Gibbs and Puka in multiple fantasy drafts just because they fell so far that I felt like I couldn't pass up their value in the late second, early third, fourth round. But those hamstring leg injuries, I feel like they just linger. Like it only takes just
once
like
it happens,
one little
it just
twitch.
continues to happen.
Yeah. So I hope that's not the case for my fantasy team's sake, but I could totally see that being something to where, Gibbs and even Puka are dealing with that kind of all season. I mean, who was it? Was it Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson that was talking about like all the stuff that he did, like rehab wise, to make sure that his hamstring wasn't doing that again?
Might have been Jefferson.
I think it was. Yeah. Everybody's on the Lions then. That's usually not a good sign. That usually means something bad is going to happen. Final featured game of the week. We've got Monday Night Football. Only one game this year on Monday Night Football to kick it off. I think they did the Friday instead of Monday.
Yeah.
Doubleheader, which I like. The Monday doubleheader is just like
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exhausting.
You always got like
exhausting.
Denver playing San Francisco in San Francisco. The last game gets over at 12:30 on a Monday night.
Well, it's like Mondays just drag on. You're already like, oh, it's fucking Monday. You got to go home and watch 2 games. You look down, you're like, it's fucking midnight.
Right.
Man, I gotta
God
watch both
damn.
of these.
Just exhausting.
That's funny. Like I think it was around 11 o'clock Saturday night. And I was texting a buddy who was in Chicago, so he was placing some bets for me all weekend, and it was like the Arizona State game was in like the second quarter, and the live over under was like 73.5 or something. It was like 21-14. He's like, "You want some action on this?" I'm like, "No, man, I'm going to bed.
You want to buy to this?
I'm playing golf at 7:30. There's no way I can stay up and watch this game because if I place money on it, I got to stay up and watch it."
Of course.
Straight out of bed.
So it's a good thing we didn't because we were thinking about doing the under, and the score of that game ended up being 69-31. They scored 100 points. So
Sheesh.
anyway, on to the Jets and the 49ers. 49ers, 4.5-point favorites. Low over under on this one at 43. Adam?
You know, everybody keeps saying the Jets.
Jets,
Right.
baby.
They're going to go into San Francisco and win. And I'm like, why?
In what world?
Yeah.
Why?
In
Right?
what world?
This is the upset. This is, San Francisco is going to come out flat. CMC's hurt, all this other stuff. And I just like San Francisco, man. At home, 4.5 points. I think it could be close, but I'm still going to go San Francisco.
Hard to bet against them. I mean,
They signed Ayuk, too.
we
Yeah.
say
And
it,
Trent Williams.
we say it
Williams,
every
too.
week. They're so loaded.
Offensive juggernaut.
They have no reason to lose. And
No.
I going back to what you're saying, no way the Jets go in and upset them. No
You don't
shot.
believe in the Jets defense locking them down?
I mean, you got one Sauce Gardner, but after that,
Yeah, because
yeah.
Hassan Reddick's not playing.
I mean, I just don't know who's going to guard the rest of the team. She got a lot of receivers there, a lot of
Yeah,
weapons.
we should be able to say that about the Chiefs, too, and then it turns out no one can get open. You got
Yeah,
DJ Reed, other corner.
I don't
DJ
know.
Reed, K-State alum.
Is
Is
he?
He is.
See, I didn't even know him.
Yeah, he is.
Didn't even know he existed until
5th
just
round
now.
pick in 2018.
How about that?
Chuck Clark at safety.
Chuck.
BT. He was the 2017 6th
They
round
still got the
pick.
D tackle.
Quinion Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah, he is. He actually is. He's questionable for some reason. But another Bama guy. Bama D line.
I don't think the Jets defense is ranked terribly. I mean, it's just a tough offense to stop. Especially first game of the season. Haven't really seen much film on him.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers hasn't played in over, basically a year.
That too.
Let's
And then talking about shitty receiving cores too, like after Garrett Wilson,
Alan Lazard.
Mike Williams, who can't catch a football.
Only against the Chiefs can he catch a football.
That's true.
He will catch any ball that is thrown to him against the Chiefs
Very true.
when it matters.
God, I hate the Chargers. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Adam. I'm taking San Francisco and the points. I'm also probably pretty interested in the over there. I think
it's
as
a low
long
number.
as the weather's fine, could be raining in San Francisco. But if the weather's fine, I think the 49ers probably score close to 30 by themselves, and then I think that the Jets could totally put up 3 touchdowns.
For sure.
31-21 type game, something like that. Nice little parlay. 49ers minus 4.5 with the over. Pays you plus 270. Might lock that in.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Dalton Darby both on the
I'd probably give him
Niners.
6.5
6.5.
even.
Man,
I'm saying I would.
flex that out there. You can do that.
That's right.
I'll give him 6.5.
Alternate spread. San Francisco plus 6.5 is plus 124 on FanDuel.
There you go. 4.5 is minus 108 on DraftKings. So you're adding a little extra juice there.
Yeah. Put your money where your mouth is, man.
Let's do it.
Let's walk on over to Kansas.
I was gonna
Remember?
say I have to walk.
Five
Take a
minutes.
little
Hey,
jog.
we'll get you.
I'll jog over there.
Hey, buddy, I'll get you a referral code here. Make sure I get a little cheddar off that. The another line I was looking at that I thought was really interesting is the Cowboys are 2.5-point dogs to the Browns.
Wow.
Is that surprising to anybody? I mean, I thought I don't know.
I don't know. The Cowboys are awesome during the regular season.
I was gonna say they're the regular season champs.
Right.
CD.
Well, Dak gets it
Dak.
done in the regular
Yeah.
season. He sees that P word and he's like, "Ooh, not sure about that one."
Are we sure Deshaun Watson can play quarterback?
No, I don't think we are anymore.
I think they have. Would they keep five quarterbacks? Is that what we?
Yeah, they kept.
What?
I think it was 4, but
4.
they kept like
Shitting
all of their
me?
quarterbacks that they had in camp. They kept them all.
Yeah.
Lord, I gotta look at this
Quarterback
depth chart.
room's deep.
they got options. Their Cowboys are plus 114 on the money line, minus 105 at 2.5-point dogs, and then the over under on that one 41 points as well. There's a lot of low over unders this week. Raiders Chargers over under 40.5. Broncos Seahawks and Vikings Giants are both 41.5. Saints Panthers 41.5. Steelers Falcons 42. It's early in the season. I mean, do defenses, are they in the rhythm yet?
I like overs this year for a little bit until people or teams start figuring out the kickoff. You know, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen?
You think a lot of teams are just going to still boot it out the back of the end zone? Because
Where does that go to the 30?
30,
Goes to the
not
30.
the 35. It's the 30. They
So
kept
we
it
were
at the
talking
30.
situational. Sometimes that
makes sense. I think it makes. I
Right.
still think
kick it out of the end zone every time.
just giving them 5 yards instead of the potential of giving them a big return.
Yeah.
I think in preseason we were seeing a bunch of teams do it to test it out and figure out what their coverage looked like, what the return looked like. I honestly think you're going to see almost just as many teams booting it out of the back of the end zone as you did last year.
Do you think they changed that rule eventually then?
Well, originally they said that it was going to come out to the 35. When they rolled it out, they said come out to the 35 if you kick it out of the back in the end zone. That makes a significant difference. I mean, 10 yards, you're then 20, 25 yards from field goal range, a couple first downs as opposed to 3 or 4. I don't know. It's all situational too. If I'm up by, 4 points late in the game and you're telling me I can kick it to the return man and he possibly breaks it, or I can just give him the ball at the 30. I'm going to give it to him at the 30.
And the
every time.
potential for big plays, like we said, is huge now on the kickoff. I think all it's going to take is one hole, and they're going to get through and score.
Yeah. I think there will definitely be some. They won't do it in the season, so this is how we're gonna
have to
live with it for this year.
Yeah,
but
there'll be some modifications.
I think
for
they'll
sure.
modify it next
Yeah.
off season. Anybody got any other favorite bets for week 1?
I hate to do it, but I like Cincinnati minus 9.5 against the Patriots.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think the Patriots have already waived the white flag this year. When the coach comes out and says that Drake May has played better than Jacoby Brissett, yet we're going to start Jacoby Brissett. Like, wait a second.
What?
We would like
Why?
to draft him a Luther Burden Jr., the third receiver. So we're gonna tank again.
That's right. Okay. So if you're just mailing it in this year, I'm assuming that they're probably going to get smoked in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like everybody's high on the Colts. I like the Texans minus 2.5 as well.
Good call.
I don't think. I don't know. Indy might have a little bit more than people think, but I think the Texans are just as advertised.
They're going to be good.
I think you can put your money on them.
100%.
Yeah, like that one.
All right. Each week, I'm going to bring a obnoxious anytime touchdown parlay that pays just ridiculous money. So I've already placed it for week 1. I've got a 12-player touchdown parlay.
Damn.
$20 bet pays $235,000. Hey, it's 12 touchdowns. So Joe
think of the upgrades we could do to this bus.
No, we're getting a new bus if I hit that.
Dude.
Yeah, it's gonna run. That's for sure. Joe Mixon, Bijan Robinson, Gus Edwards, CeeDee Lamb, Derrick Henry and Travis Kelce in Thursday's game, Saquon and Josh Jacobs in Friday's game, Tyreek Hill, Travis Etienne, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Cooper Kupp.
Dude, I don't hate it. I really don't hate it.
I mean,
I'm sitting here
honestly,
thinking as you're naming them off, I'm like, yeah,
Who's gonna be the one that,
he could
that
score.
blows it up though?
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
He's a dickhead.
It'll-
He's gonna fuck it
the
up for
most
you.
likely one.
Yeah.
It'll be like Tyreek Hill or Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Tyreek Hill will drop a deep ball. It'd be the last one. Run in the end zone, he'll drop it.
That or the Eagles will get to the goal line and
Touch
quarterback
push.
sneak it every
Yeah.
single time.
There you-
Saquon won't get a rushing touchdown.
Oh, dude.
So
But I don't hate it.
that's my crazy
solid.
parlay for the
Yeah.
week.
235 grand
Why not?
off 20.
You have to text us though so we can follow
Tell it if you want.
up for you.
You only gotta win once, right?
Literally, right? $20 a week.
That's
You got
it.
17 chances. You know how many touchdowns are scored each week?
Yeah.
Over 100. Get 12 of them right. I mean, on paper, it doesn't seem that hard. So, wonder what would happen if you just place the same players every week, same parlay.
I don't know. You should try it.
Might be better
Sure,
odds than
test it
switching
out.
it up each
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Staying on the betting trend, we're going to give our predictions for all of the NFL futures this year, meaning NFL awards at the end of the year. So we're going to start off, go around everybody's MVP prediction for the league. Darby, kick us off.
I have two candidates. However, I'm leaning more towards one. I have CJ Stroud, and then I have Mahomes. However,
Wow, big shocker.
I am leaning more
Big
toward,
shocker
I'm
there.
leaning more towards Stroud. His season last year that he had was pretty phenomenal. We've talked about it before. I think he set the bar for rookies coming in. It's gonna pretty high bar, but yeah, I think Stroud is gonna get it done over Mahomes. I don't know if Mahomes even finishes second. I would like him to win another MVP, but I think Stroud with his weapons and, like I said, the numbers he put up last year, I think he continues to thrive in that system, and I think he gets it done.
All right. We'll see if he's made of it. I put him in my top 10 NFL players this year, so I can't argue that one. Dalton?
I'm gonna be a fanboy or a homer. It's gonna be a homer pick, like Adam likes to say. Mahomes, but he's throwing for 4,900 yards, 40 touchdowns.
40.
40 touchdowns. I think that's what gets him the MVP.
How many did he have
Let's
last
go,
year?
baby.
I was looking it up.
27.
It was
I was gonna say
last year was
26
his
to
worst
27.
year.
Yeah.
He had like 15 picks. That was like a season.
They were saying on the radio that they
Career
think he's
high.
going to throw for over 5,000 again.
5K.
So that's bold.
With
He's only done that
three-
once. So
With 3,000-yard receivers.
I mean,
Kelsey.
I could see it.
Rice.
Worthy.
Brown.
Brown,
Worthy would be sick for
if
him.
Brown-
If Worthy comes in and he's a 1,000-yard receiver, crown that as one of the best picks in the draft.
How many games is Brown going to play though? How many games does he
I
have
don't
to
think he's-
play? How many
That's
do you
the
think
unknown.
he has to play to get 1,000 yards?
Because
Because he's out for week one.
So he eclipsed 1,000 one time when he was in Baltimore, and I think he caught like 76 passes. So I don't think if he misses 4 or 5 weeks, there's any way in that offense that he catches 76 passes.
Yeah.
I don't think he can, and I think he's going to be out a lot longer than we think.
That's what I think as well. I think that's why we signed Juju.
Mahomes said Juju's a pro. He knows how to play the game. They like him. He's reliable,
He's looking great.
solid. I mean,
What would they say? He looks
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he's a little rusty, but
Yeah.
it
We'll
wouldn't say
see.
anything at all.
Wow. I mean, got to give the guy some confidence, right?
Mahomes is the favorite. Stroud's the next best odds for MVP. Adam?
Yeah, I think Mahomes is going to win it this year. He didn't win it yet last year. I think, he's kind of like one of those things that you bet on every year and you're going to hit one out of 3, right? So if I got to put my money on it, he's the guy I'm going with. For a long shot, something crazy, but if he can stay healthy, I think Anthony Richardson could be an interesting guy to watch.
Okay. Kind of Lamar-esque.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Twice the size though.
I liked him.
And faster.
Yeah, he's a freak.
I liked him last year, and I have him in my keeper league. Drafted him for a reason, and we'll see. Can he stay healthy?
Exactly.
That's
Can
the
he
biggest
stay
thing.
healthy?
That's Lamar's thing. He's been able to stay healthy because I thought Lamar was a RG3 going to be done after 3 years.
Well, he's reckless. I feel like he doesn't care about his body.
But he never gets hurt.
Yeah, it's
you
odd.
know? I mean, Josh Allen's the same way, but Josh Allen's just a big dude, I guess. But
Yes.
at some point, it's going to bite him too, right?
Yeah.
You would think. Okay, I think Mahomes is obviously the class of the field. You always safe putting your money on him, at least right now for MVP. I'm going to take a long shot as well. I'm going Jared Goff. I think he could put up some numbers, stay very clean, take care of the football.
They're
They
gonna win
only play
games.
outside 3 times. So he's not going to have to deal with the elements. I don't know. Plus 2,000. I like a little bit of money on it. All right, next we got Offensive Player of the Year, which is the non-quarterback award. So we'll call, the MVP the quarterback award. Offensive Player of the Year. Darby?
I'm gonna go Marvin Harrison Jr.
Wow.
A rookie.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were doing rookie offensive player of the year.
No.
I
Oh.
didn't pick an offensive, but I will.
Overall Offensive Player of the Year. Need to see.
Oof.
We can go Rookie of the Year first. You can think about it.
Yeah.
Let's go Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's gonna get it done. Like
Not
we said
Caleb
before,
Williams.
he's no. I don't know. I feel like Caleb Williams could be it. However, I think the sky for Marvin Harrison Jr. Like we said before, it's the term NFL ready for receivers translates the best. I think he is by far the best receiver in the class for sure. That's why I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. I like it. Caleb Williams is now down to plus 135 to win Offensive Player of the Year.
A lot of action on him.
I chose that. I chose him.
Taking Caleb Williams.
However, if he wins Rookie of the Year, I think that Matt LaFleur also wins Head Coach of the Year. I think it's a stack. It's gonna be a package thing. I think if they have a good season, it'll be both of them.
Okay. Adam?
I'm going with Jaden Daniels.
Jaden.
Solid.
Yep. I think the fact that he's, 24, 25, he can still command the offense. He's going to run the ball a lot. They're not going to be great. So they're going to be behind. So he's going to be throwing, and I think he's the guy, especially at plus 600. I like the value.
He's plus 600 on FanDuel. Dang, plus 475 on DraftKings. It's kind of crazy. What's Harrison Jr.?
Plus 650.
It's the same.
Yep.
Williams
is plus 120.
Okay, even less. So Daniels has better odds on FanDuel. Caleb Williams has better odds on DraftKings, meaning you'll win more money.
Yep.
Placed on them. Interesting line movement here before I give mine. Bo Nix, I think when on one of the episodes we were looking at this when we talked first, and he was like plus 6,000 or so to win it. He's plus 1,000 now. He's the 4th favorite over Malik Neighbors, Drake May, obviously. Xavier Worthy's up there too, but Bo Nix has moved up a lot. I'm going to take Caleb Williams. I kind of already
Thought he's going to be terrible.
I feel like I'm going to eat my words already.
Okay, just making sure.
Picking him.
All right.
We'll have to insert that clip.
Yeah.
Be a good one.
I don't know. Looked like the real deal. I think he has all of the hype around him too. It kind of feels like just like
I think he kind of feeds
MVP.
off of that.
You think?
I think so.
Divas typically do.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Caleb Williams as much as I hate to.
Okay.
You got Defensive Rookie of the Year?
I do not yet.
No.
However,
Offensive Player of the Year? Coach of the Year?
I got a defensive player of the year in mind.
All right.
We go Max Crosby.
Max Crosby.
I think he's a high motor guy.
Good pick.
I like the what they're trying to do there in old Vegas. I think their team and their coach. I think their coach is bought in. I think the players are also bought into what their coach is trying to do. And I think Max Crosby, he's a high energy guy. He's I just like how he plays. I like how he talks a little trash, and then he really backs it up. So I don't hate him for that. But that's who I'm gonna go with for defensive player of the year.
He's like a little fucking gnat to
He
Mahomes.
is.
He's a menace.
It's effective though.
It
Mahomes,
is.
Mahomes
It pisses him
notices
off.
it.
Yeah,
It really does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
I think they have a kind of like.
Oh, they
fun
respect
relationship,
each
yeah.
other 100%.
Do you think if the Raiders go 5-12 though, that he wins the award?
Do you
Like,
think?
can a player on a 5-12, 4-13, 6-10 team, 6-11 team win a defensive offensive player? Of the year?
I think yes with defensive, especially when you're basing it off sacks and like tackles for losses. I do. I think he's still fine.
Okay. I think it's kind of interesting because last year, T.J. Watt on a 9-8 Steelers team that didn't have a lot of hype around him, has the most sacks in the league, doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year. Yet you've got Stefanski winning Coach of the Year. You got Joe Flacco winning Comeback Player of the Year. And then to go along with it, you got Myles Garrett, who wins Defensive Player of the Year there. I think there's a lot more that goes into it. I don't think that Max Crosby, personally, I don't think he can win it being on the Raiders. I think it's got to be a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, who's on the Lions, Micah Parsons on the Cowboys. I'm taking Aiden Hutchinson, though.
Ooh, plus 1,400. Good value there, buddy.
Yeah.
I think I got to go with the favorite, though, Micah Parsons. What did he finish? Second place last year?
Yes, he did.
He's just a menace. And, of course, Dallas is going to win the regular season
champs
right?
every year.
I think Vegas is going to be terrible. And they don't like to double up, so it's not going to be Myles Garrett again. So Micah Parsons, my pick at plus 550.
Good value there. Dalton, who you got?
So I did pick the repeat Myles Garrett.
Wow.
I mean, they
Bold.
don't. JJ Watt got doubled up. Like was it 2014 and 15?
Yeah.
Yep.
Something like that.
But he was
Been a while,
so
but
dominant, though.
So is Garrett, though.
Is he?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, the Browns are supposed to be better than everybody's thinking this year.
I don't
Yeah,
see
we'll
it
see
with the
about
Browns.
that.
Yeah, I don't see
Yeah,
it.
but their defense is solid. If
See
Nick
how Deshaun
Chubb's
Watson-
robotic knee starts working about halfway through the season,
Yeah.
that might be helpful.
Well, hopefully Deshaun plays good for him because they have Jameis. If he doesn't,
Dude, Jameis Winston is awesome.
he's
fun
awesome to watch. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fun to watch. Fireworks.
Yep.
Dude,
In
wouldn't
both
you love
directions.
to just sit down and talk to that guy for like an hour just to see what goes on?
Dude,
in
his
head?
sound bites are hilarious. Dude, it's unreal.
Okay, Adam, who you got for Offensive Player of the Year?
I'm going with the wide receiver just got paid, CeeDee Lamb. I think CMC is going to be hindered a little bit with injuries. I think they're going to hold him back just a tad, just to make sure that he's healthy going into the playoffs, right? And I think CeeDee Lamb's there is the only offensive player on Dallas, right? So who's Dak going to throw the ball to? Nobody else, right? So I think he's going to get a ton of looks, ton of touchdowns.
I'm going to second that. I think CeeDee Lamb as well for all those reasons.
Plus
Like
1,100 too.
He's going to be the only option. And like we said, they're going to win games. So
I had him as well.
Oh.
I just like.
Uh-oh.
I like Dak throwing him the ball in the regular season. I mean, Dak has great. If he stays healthy, he slings the ball to receivers.
throws
so
it 60 times a game.
Yeah.
I like all of that, and like you said, no one to throw to. Brandon Cooks, maybe Ferguson.
Michael Gallup, I heard he's coming
Yeah.
back.
maybe Gallup.
Man, I am going to be the lone wolf here. Tyreek Hill is still too good. If it wasn't a quarterback award, he could probably win MVP. I'm taking Tyreek Hill. I think he has a few great seasons left in him where he starts to slow down. It's just crazy that we're already starting to talk about that, or I am. But I'm taking Tyreek Hill, Offensive Player of the Year. On to defense. I guess we did Defensive Player of the Year. On to Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Big draft class for rookies, or for defensive players. A lot of linebackers, a lot of high motor guys. You got the white corner out of Iowa.
Cooper DeJean.
It's in Philly now. Adam, who's your defensive rookie of the year?
Homer pick, Chop Robinson
Chop.
out of Penn State. He's just going to be a sack monster. I think rushing the passer, his stats will look good. And without a huge, it's not a big class coming out. Not a guy that's going to wow you. In this class, I think Chop's the guy. Plus 1,400. I'll take it.
1,600 on DraftKings.
Ooh. Might have to jump over.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Miami guy.
I'm going to go with the corner from Alabama. I go Terrion Arnold.
I thought you were going to go Kool-Aid McKinstry.
No.
That's what I thought he was going with,
Yeah,
too.
I did
No,
too.
I think Arnold's. They compared him to Sauce Gardner. I think he's athletic, long. He's going to get it done.
I might butcher this name. Latu from
Yen?
UCLA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plays for the Colts this year. I think I was doing some research. He led the FBS in sacks the last 2 seasons. So that's solid. He's also, I was just looking at photos of him. He's built like Myles Garrett, like a Micah Parsons. He's looks more like an athlete than most D linemen. So
I feel like that's kind of what the league is translating to. It's kind of like the NBA. You're starting to get these bigger guards. I think, like you said, he is built different. I think that's.
Well, they're finding out the position works out better if you're
more athletic
and in shape,
Yeah.
not fat.
Right.
That's
from
funny.
from all accounts, it sounds like the guy has a crazy motor. So I think he's going to get a lot of sacks for the Colts.
He's the betting favorite right now.
Is he?
Plus 400. Yeah.
Yeah, same on DraftKings.
So he
I'm
was,
Adam.
third.
You still do what?
He was in third in the article I was looking at.
Really? Was Dallas Turner first?
One sec, let me find it.
Dallas Turner second here.
He was second on. Yeah.
I'd like to say Dallas Turner, but if I was going with my gut, that'd probably be my pick, Dallas Turner. I don't know about Minnesota though, so I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm leaning towards Chop Robinson too. I don't
Right.
second that. Chop. I think that's good value too. Plus 1,600.
Yeah, I mean, it could be any of these guys, realistically. I mean, there's not a guy that came out like the Jadeveon Clowney who just came in the league, or Chase Young that you're like, okay, this is
He's
the
the
dude.
guy.
This is the dude. Yeah, Nick Bosa, any of those guys.
So on this NFL.com article, it was Jared Verse was number 1, and then Dallas Turner was number 2.
Yeah, they're saying Jared Verse, he is the next Aaron Donald. Why? Because he plays for the Rams. Come on, guys.
Aaron Donald was 1 of 1.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, come on.
Dude trains with knives.
Yeah.
Crazy. Last one, Coach of the Year. Darby, you alluded to the fact that you think that Caleb Williams is a package deal with Eberflus.
That was me.
Dalton? My bad.
You're good.
Go ahead.
So I would say, yeah, it's Eberflus. As long as Caleb Williams gets him some wins, has a good season, I don't see why he wouldn't be. I think is he favorite right now?
Yeah.
Or is he top 3?
Him and Harbaugh are favored on
Fucking
DraftKings.
Harbaugh.
Ooh, easy. That's who I was gonna go with.
Yeah, I think they make the playoffs. There's a strong case for him to be Coach of the Year. Caleb Williams to be Rookie of the Year.
I kind of like his last name too. It's fun to say. Eberflus.
Say it again.
Eberflus. Eberflu.
Okay, Darby.
I'm going Harbaugh. I think he's a good coach. I think Michigan suspending him for a year is hilarious. That's what has nothing to do with where he's at now. But I think they win more than 5 games this year. I think they're definitely going to improve. I could definitely see him, if not this year, next year. Maybe they make that jump with Justin Herbert as their quarterback. Maybe get him some help, like we said before. But I think he can definitely has the potential to be Coach of the Year.
I don't hate it, but they're not going to win the West. That's for sure.
They might, right?
So, okay.
Yeah, but if they make the playoffs, just got to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
They could.
I think if they win 8 games, he's got a good shot. Now, do they win 8 games? I don't know. But
there's always a chance they do, but I think it's, that's the conversation is what does the team have to do for them
For him to get that.
yeah, they have to make the playoffs in my mind. And I don't know, is Herbert even going to play this week? I don't think Herbert's been healthy.
I think
he'll probably play.
I don't know. I'm with you, Darby. I think Harbaugh's going to win it. I think they're 4 wins better, right? 9-8.
Yeah, no, I think they're winning more than 5 games for sure.
Yeah,
they're going to improve.
They should with
and
that
everybody
schedule.
everybody talks about him too, right? It's like kind of a little bit of a popularity contest in that. Oh, he's changing the culture. Everybody loves him. It's completely brand new over here in
They're still
LA.
talking about him in college football.
Yeah. So I was looking at Andy Reid at plus 6,000, but can't understand why he's got the worst odds. Poor guy, just keeps winning. But Harbaugh's my pick.
He's expected to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to go kind of out in left field and say Mike McDonald up in Seattle.
I like it.
If they sneak into the playoffs, which I think that they could in the NFC. Seeing a lot of good things about how he's running stuff up there. And they don't have, the best quarterback in Geno. I think he's good enough to get them to the playoffs.
He's a vet. He's been around for a while. I think he knows how to win.
He's got, DK
he knows how to play.
He's got more weapons than a lot of these teams that we're talking about.
He really does.
DK Metcalf, Smith and Jigba,
Tyler Lockett's
still there. Charbonnet there.
Yeah,
and,
he's got
Walker. He's good too.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker.
A lot of potential.
So plus 1,000, Mike McDonald, Coach of the Year.
Plus 1,200 on FanDuel.
Nice.
There you go.
We do need to start looking at both these.
Evidently.
Yeah. That or one of them needs to sponsor us, so we only look at one.
Good call. I'm good either way.
I don't care.
Yeah. FanDuel, I'm looking at you right now, though.
Yeah, I'm looking at DraftKings. I typically use DraftKings, but apparently there's better odds elsewhere. There's so many of them out there too.
Do you want to get a little crazy on awards?
Yeah.
One more?
Let's do one more.
Yeah.
What you got?
NFL Assistant Coach of the Year.
Wow.
You can. It is.
That's a FanDuel line.
It is a FanDuel line. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. NFL
Let's do it.
Assistant Coach.
Assistant coach.
Yes.
I'm going to have to do some quick research because I don't even know enough about assistant coaches.
I don't know that I could name
Okay,
5.
so the top 5 right now. Okay, so you have Bobby Slowick of the Texans.
See their OC.
Right, I think he is. Right. You've got Ben Johnson, the OC of the Lions.
Okay.
Drew Petzing, the Cardinals. I believe he's also the OC. Ryan Grubb of the Seahawks.
These are some
Interesting names.
impressive names.
And the guy you might want to go with, Dalton, Shane Waldron of the Bears.
The OC of the Bears.
I believe so.
So I don't know much about, this. Do the OCs usually win Assistant Coach of the Year?
Usually it's a defensive coordinator, last I've seen. Yep. But they looks like betting lines have got a lot of have got OCs winning.
Who won it last year?
Let's see.
Looking at this, Steve Spagnuolo plus 3,000. I feel like if he was ever going to win it probably should have been last year.
100%.
Jim Schwartz last year, Browns defensive coordinator.
Dude, they were just high on them. See, this is what I'm telling you.
Yep.
Joe Flacco wins comeback player of the year. Kevin Stefanski wins coach of the year. Jim Schwartz wins assistant coach of the year. And Myles Garrett wins defensive player of the year. This is going to be the Lions this year. I take back everything I've said to this point. It's going to be Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown winning offensive player of the year, Aiden Hutchinson winning defensive player of the year, and whoever their OC is.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
There you go.
Winning assistant coach of the year.
Book it.
Parlay it all. $10 to win $2 million.
That's crazy.
Just kidding. That's not
I didn't even know they had this award.
Me either.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sticking around to watch the NFL honors after the major picks were announced. I don't even know if I actually watched it last year. You got Alex Van Pelt plus 5,000.
Pass.
Pass on that one.
Pass.
What about Joe Brady plus 3,100 up in Buffalo?
I don't think the Bills are going to be, their offense is going to be worth going after them.
Oh, no, Adam, I got yours. I found your guy. Arthur Smith.
Yeah, there you go.
Plus 5,000. Your eye on him.
He can't be worse than who they had last year. Was it Matt Canada? Pittsburgh's OC.
He wasn't good.
No, I know, obscure reference. But it's
Matt Nagy plus 16,000.
Matt Nagy does some questionable shit during these Chiefs games.
he doesn't even call the plays.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I not the biggest Matt Nagy fan. I've kind of heard that he's wants to be in Kansas City, like he's got his whole life set up here, so he's kind of just not coasting. If
He got a good gig.
Going back to what you were saying,
of Reed and Mahomes, yeah, he does.
going back to what you were saying, does he really call the plays? I feel like as Chiefs fans, when things start to crumble, we're like, God damn it, Matt Nagy. And then when something good happens, we're like, that's Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Andy called that one for sure.
It's always like sideline cam. Andy's talking into the headset. It's like, okay, Andy's calling the
All right,
plays
we're good.
now. We're good.
First
we're
down
good.
for sure.
We're good. It is kind of funny though how so they script the first however many plays. Usually 15, 20 plays
15,
are
20, yeah.
scripted. It's funny how those first few drives usually go pretty well with the play scripted, and then we get off cue. And
It's like
just like
two
three
drives
and
that are
out,
just
three and out,
fucking
three and out,
terrible.
3 and out. It's like, all right, they're back in the game.
All right, let's run those first 20 again
Yeah.
in reverse order.
So Matt Nagy, he had his chance to be head coach, right, for the Bears.
Yeah.
He did.
He was here for how long?
2 years, I
3
think.
years.
Yeah, with Mitch Trubisky.
That's right.
What's that guy doing?
He's a backup in Buffalo.
He's getting a job, man.
Yeah. He's better than Nathan Peterman, though, so I guess should not be in an NFL jersey, period.
So what's Matt Nagy making this year? A couple mil, maybe $1 million.
I bet it's more than that.
Think?
Yeah,
I bet it's between 3 and 5.
sure.
Not a terrible gig. Win a couple of Super Bowls.
Not a bad gig at all. I don't think I would turn it down.
No, I'd be all right.
Yeah.
Be okay.
I don't know. It's surprisingly hard to find out how much Matt Nagy makes.
You'd think that'd
It's
be
not just out there.
No.
those dorks trying to figure out how much Matt Nagy makes. He's got
Who
this coordinator.
cares?
It doesn't matter. I'm not taking him for this
No.
award.
Yeah.
No shot.
I'm man, this is a tough one to pick.
Just go with the
I'm not-
easy pick.
Go with the Houston,
Spags.
the Houston guy. So I'm gonna go with. Was it the Houston?
Slowick?
Bobby
Houston
Slowick,
OC.
favorite.
Yeah, they're gonna win games. I mean, I just think it'd be really fun to draw up some offensive plays with a talented offense like
Yeah,
that.
They're gonna be
Like
good.
I think Andy Reid genuinely he loves it.
Yeah.
There's just so many options, so many things you can do.
And D'Amico Ryans is a defensive coach, so probably a lot on him.
Okay, Dalton.
Well, why not go with Shane Waldron,
There you go.
the Bears OC?
The Bears.
Little trifecta there.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking Ryan Grubb, the Seahawks. I like his
It's
name,
a hell of a name.
and I'm pairing him with Mike McDonald. Adam,
Sick.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
good pick.
Yep.
Where's
Detroit's
he
gonna
at
score.
again? Detroit.
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 A lot of points. Let's go.
I would go with Spags, but it's like going with Andy Reid. Like he's expected to do well, so he's not. Anything.
He's not
but
even on the
a
radar.
crazy season isn't gonna. I would be interested to see where he finished in voting last year, but
Can they? Random question. Can assistants go in the Hall of Fame? Do assistants go in the Hall of Fame? 'Cause how many Super Bowls has
you're
Spags
asking-
won?
I don't know.
As an
You're asking
assistant?
the wrong
Yeah.
guy though. Didn't he win 2 in New York?
Right.
So he's up to at least
5.
4 now.
4 or 5.
He wasn't here for the first. Was he here for the first one? For the Chiefs?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It was who was our DC before him? That old guy.
Bob Sutton.
Bob Sutton.
Good
He's got-
God.
It's 4. Spagnola's
Dude.
got 4. That's
Yeah.
Hopefully
coordinator.
that guy's sitting home on his ass.
He
He's
should be retired.
dude.
Bob Sutton. Man. That's those guys like freaking
Talking about some stressful times.
dude, that first season of Mahomes when he was the
Oh, here you go. Spagnola's making $2 million a year. How come I can find
There you
that
go.
easy?
Matt Nagy must be overpaid.
Paid. Yep.
They don't
Yeah.
even want the other OCs to see it.
he was so after he left Bob Sutton left Kansas City, he was a senior defensive assistant in Atlanta for 2 years, and then for the last
Definitely
3 years he's been
Senior
the
or
senior
senior citizen assistant.
Both.
he's been the senior defensive assistant in Jacksonville. I don't think he is in there. I don't think he's there anymore. Yeah, there's some of those games like Romeo Cromwell too.
Dude.
Remember that guy?
Defense was shit.
So bad
Looks like Spagnuolo finished 5th
in voting.
last year.
Freaking Browns, man.
He won by a landslide.
Did he?
160
Hey.
points, and the next person had 94.
Handcuff him.
Yeah.
Head coach, OC or DC.
Speaking of the Browns and dogs,
Darby, you want to tell us about our CTE case of the week?
I think you got it. You got it. Since you sent the clip to us.
I did. So, our CTE case of the week this week is the since deactivated Twitter user who tweeted in the middle of last week that if Florida State lost to Boston College last night, that he would eat a cup full of literal dog shit with a spoon.
Did you say you would live stream it as well, right?
And live stream it.
Yeah.
He's deactivated his Twitter account, and there needs to be a nationwide manhunt to find this guy.
There needs to be a reward.
Let's find him.
Let's get him.
Imagine. I mean, I've said some stupid stuff about the Chiefs, but I don't think that would ever even cross
There's a difference
my mind.
between saying some stupid stuff and like letting everybody know about the stupid stuff that you say. You put that on Twitter.
Yeah.
The whole world
Not
saw
a-
that. You can
not a
delete
good
your
move.
you can delete your account all you want.
Still out there.
The receipts are there, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys went to the comment sections of that, but it was great. Pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's all over the internet. I mean, Barstool's talking about it. You got
If Barstool's talking about it, buddy is cooked.
Saturday Down
Yeah.
South talking about it.
Barstool redid the whatever, said, I wish I could tell you this was a joke, but it's not.
It wouldn't surprise me if Barstool had the dude come to the studio
Yeah.
and do it for him. Like, make him do it.
Let's see
That'd be
here.
amazing.
The internet is trying to hunt him down.
As they should, man. Don't put that out there if
Yeah,
you're not
bro.
willing to pay.
Yeah, that's
Pay up.
That's it.
Pay your dues.
Book
Rent
it,
is
he
due.
said.
Yeah.
If Florida State loses to BC this weekend, I will eat dog shit out of a red Solo cup with a spoon and post a video of me doing it. Book it. This
well, we're
screenshot.
trying to book it now.
This
We are booking
screenshot of
it,
this
buddy.
tweet doesn't. This tweet had over 1 million views, and yeah, he's left the internet.
3-2-1 Noel, huh? The former.
The hunt is on.
Someone said he's a bitch, but doesn't deserve to be hunted down. Next tweet:
compassion.
if Oregon loses to Boise State this weekend, I will eat chocolate ice cream out of a red Solo cup with a spoon and post a video of me doing it. That's the thing too. He could have faked it. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
that's what I would want to be famous for. Tweet
No.
like that.
No.
So that is 321 Noel is our CTE case of the week, buddy. You need to get back on Twitter and
Your dues.
do your
Pay 'em.
dues.
Yep.
They're coming due.
Thanks for Florida State for that too.
Yeah. Boston
Yeah.
College.
Laying an egg at home.
Can't be mad about it. Florida State's one of those teams that's so easy to hate for me. I don't know why. I just don't like them.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't mind him. Generally,
Do you like the tomahawk chop?
I don't mind it.
Change the
They
name.
say,
and
they
stop
say that
the
we
shop.
stole it from them.
Is that right?
They still play
They
the
do.
little. They play the song and everything.
Do they?
Yep.
Good for them.
Losers.
Good for them.
0-2.
They can't fill their stadium up, though.
Can't go to the college playoff now either.
All right. That has been the Four Verse Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week.